Okay, I remembered it. I remembered what I was going to say. You may not realize it, but um, you're probably in the habit of noticing something. So, in your mind, you pick an item up. So you examine the pen without actually physically picking it up. But you notice it, and you hold it in your mind um, to learn about it. And then, if your life is too busy and you're moving too quickly, you don't have enough time to kind of mentally experiment with something and mentally examine and break apart and understand. You don't have the time. You don't have enough time to understand stuff. And in order to understand, you need to. Well, the point of to understand something is to love something, and to love something feels good. So the point is to feel good, like. So you need to slow down so that you can understand more at the right rate. If you keep picking stuff up, not understanding it, and putting it down, then that's taking up mental memory. That's getting in the way. It feels bad. It's constraining you, even if you don't realize it. So you need to just slow down your life as much as possible. Some people do meditation. I'm not such a fan. I just live an entirely slow life rather than a window of 15 minutes of slowness twice a day. That's not my style, but everyone's different. So there's no right way, wrong way. Yeah, so self-love is the most important thing. Understanding is the most important thing. I wrote a poem the other day. Not the other day, earlier today. Under here, maybe? And it's called the Reasonable Needle. It's about understanding. The reasonable needle. There is a needle in my heart. When I come apart, reason comes between and sews up the seam. Now, no... Oh, sorry. Let me start again. There is a needle in my heart. When I come apart, reason comes between and sews up the seam. Now woven in me with the needle so sweet is rationality. And with it I'm free. I can finally see that the dream wasn't to be. Oh well, c'est la vie. That is... Yeah, you just understand stuff and piece it together and you're like, oh, okay, great. Even if I used to think something was bad, but it's just not bad. It's just, it had to be that way. Obviously, the universe was at work. Forces outside of myself were at work, and there are forces inside of myself that are actually forces outside of myself. I haven't taken control of everything that is acting within me. And so you got to do that. And just, work on yourself. Slow your life down. Give yourself time through the years and say, I'm not expecting to be happy now. I'm not expecting to be happy in a month. I'm just expecting to be happier in a month. And just keep that going. And it's exponential. You learn to love a little bit, and that helps you learn to love more. And as you enjoy love more, you are better able to learn to love. And like I say, it's like a freeing up of parts of your brain. Even as you understand more stuff, you can neatly fit it together within yourself, and it's more efficient in your brain. So love, if you learn to love the world and just love everything that you see, what you're really doing is understanding everything. And it fits together in your brain, and your brain therefore moves more freely, and you feel better. That's why it's worth it for you. And when you do it, it feels good to you. You're also helping others. It's like the most it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So learn to love yourself. You become better, the world becomes better, people around you become better. It's the thing to do. The way to do it is to slow down your life, to watch yourself, to learn how you think, learn yourself, understand your nature, be forgiving and accepting of yourself. Just And be patient. Patience really is important. It takes time. If you live a busy life now, then it's going to take a very long time before I've been living a slow life for a couple of years now. When I was in 2015, I moved out to South Africa, and basically since then I've been living a slow life. I've not been a part of mainstream society very much. I dip in and out, but my life has been relatively slow. I've not had school and jobs, and I've had them temporarily, but not long term. For the most part, I've been unemployed and alone. And as a result, I had an existential crisis within a few years. And I'm so happy that I did, because there are some people who only have an existential crisis in their 50s, or their 40s, or their 60s, or my dad has never had an existential crisis, and he needs one so badly. And I feel better now for it. Like, I did the purge. I went down so now I can go up. It's you just gotta dig around and realize that you make mistakes, and sometimes this is another thing I want to say. The feeling of self-guilt is dangerous. It comes from, like, it's easy to say, I am a good person because I understand what wrong is.